What's up, legends? Welcome back to another episode Young Nomad style, where we hope you're living free, because we sure are. If you haven't already, friendly reminder, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, smash that like so you get all the notification, and any questions, drop them below in the comments. We'd always love to hear from you. But on this episode, we're going to take you from the beach to the bush. We're going to show you two little gem of campsites, starting off at a place known as Cleaverville, about 28 k's north of Karratha. We stay right on the beachfront, 50 metres to the water's edge, incredible sunsets, a little bit of fishing. Hopefully we'll get on, you'll have to watch and see. But just a great little spot to stay for families. 16 bucks a night, capped, total fee. And you can stay there for a maximum of 28 days. Awesome job by the Karratha Shire who run that, and the caretakers there. Big shout out to those guys. They were super friendly, really helpful, bubbly, energetic, just great caretakers to deal with. So we'll show you beachside camp spot from Karratha, convenient because it's only about 25 minutes to Karratha. If you need some supplies to get some extra water, whatever have you, to top up, you can cruise in, cruise out. Then we head inland about 2.5 hours to a little mining town known as Pannawonica, owned by Rio Tinto, population all of about 600. And we're going to get in there to show you a little bit about the Millstream National Park, which we've got the Python pool that we'll show you. We'll go for a dive, a few canyons, the Panorama Hill as well with epic 360 views. And then we'll take you and just show you a little bit around Pannawonica, the campsite that we're staying at there, the amenities, what the costs are. We're only there for 3 nights, maximum stay. You've got to book in with the library for 3 nights. But anyway, enough about that. Enjoy this episode from the beach to the bush. It's going to be a quick, short, sweet one, but a good little beach to bush campsite episode. Enjoy. Here we go. All right. I thought I would share with you guys and girls, as promised, our camp spot here at Cleaverville. Again, it's only about 28 minutes north of Karratha, so great spot for convenience. It is run by the Karratha Shire. $16 a night to stay here. Doesn't matter how many heads, it's just $16 flat fee. Great value, good beachside camping. You've got a boat ramp inside that can get you into the creek system, and then just further down the road there is a hard beach boat ramp launch, but not really good on low tide. If you get out there, probably sort of, obviously the higher the tide, the fuller the tide, the better. If it's dead low, I went down this morning, dead low, you've got to drive your car out a fair way to even launch a little tinny such as mine, 3.75 metre. But I'll just show you, I'll swing the camera around in a moment. I'll just show you the campsite that we're at. This isn't the original site that we originally came in at. We went to another one, but when we went for a little bit of an exploration, we seen this site, and we literally packed up within about 10-15 minutes and moved over to this site just on dusk as the sun was going down. There's the road in, but it's nice, quiet and private and discreet. You can see our next lot of neighbours are just over there, probably about 100-150 metres away. We've got no neighbours over this way, none whatsoever. And have a look how big this campsite is. I've got the caravan set up, we've got the tinny set up, we've got the Shermanator Land Cruiser to the side there, plenty of room. We've got the satellite dish set up there as well, getting a bit of the old Wimbledon tennis right now. And then this, from the back to the front, is our camp spot. There's our entertaining area, there's our fire, and there's our outlook. All that beautiful ocean. Water's been a bit brown, but it's just starting to clear up now by the looks of it. So always the way. I went out today and it was blowy up until about an hour ago, and now just on 3:45 it's really backed right off. But more importantly, sunset's just there. So pull up queue here, campfire going, tunes pumping, deck chairs, a couple of frothies, sunset. You beauty, doesn't get any better. Live free.
Hello. So I got a flint and something, I don't know. You can say it's a flint and steel for Minecraft to my gamers. Anyway, so this was gifted to me by a very special friend. Her name is Layla, and you've probably seen her in a couple of other videos. We made dinner on the beach. And yeah, so you're going to see me make a fire. Ready?
Give it a good hard.
Normally works on this side.
Yep, that's it. That's it.
Come on. Ow! It got me.
Demi Weston. Good girl.
Come on.
Almost had it.
Go down a bit closer.
I don't want to burn myself.
You won't.
Yeah.
Keep going there.
Yeah. Yep, blow it. Good girl. What do you say?
We got fire.
Oh, wait. Fire.
Pretty windy today, making it a bit hard on the divers casting. So that's what I'm going with now. It's called the tip-toed soft plastic. Try and mimic a bit of a frog just skipping along that surface. And then what we've got is a 6/0 worm hook that screws in to the front there, and then you can set with that little plastic bead where you want it to stop, to pretty much set where you want that frog to just sit nice and flat pretty much on the hook, so it looks as natural as possible when it's going kicking around. So we'll try that. But yeah, worm hook 6/0, high carbon steel. And then we've got the tip-toed black frog soft plastic. So we'll chuck that on, see how that goes, but it looks pretty cool, eh? So I've just seen some mullet jumping in and around here, so I'm going to mix it up from the soft plastic frog, and I'm using the HD mullet power bait Berkeley. So this one's a 5-inch soft plastic. We've got a 1/4 ounce jig head to it as well. So we'll flick this up and around through these mangroves, get as close as we can underneath the mangrove there, because I've seen good sized mullet jumping around. Alright, so the wind's picked up, wind's going this way, tide's going this way. So I'm just going to let it naturally drift along this rock edge here. Hopefully you can hear me in the wind. I've got a unweighted bait out there that we'll just drift along with. Then we'll flick with the soft plastic mullet, using the wind to our advantage. About 20 knot winds, not ideal, but I've just swapped over now to this colourful bib diver, just because the water is very dirty, as you can probably see. I'm trying to fish that greener line where it's not as brown, because whilst I had the soft plastic mullet on, I've had a few threadfin salmon follow it right up to the boat, but it's almost like they can't see it with the dirty water. So I'm going to try a lighter colour lure now and see how we go with that. Bit more colour, brightness, see if they can see it a bit better. So as you can see, this water's all real brown through here. We're getting bites on the bait rod. Tiny. Here it is, folks. Finally we've been able to get out wide. I've been waiting days for this. The wind's backed right off, as you can see, and first drop. A few little lumps come up on the sounder, so we'll see what happens. Getting bites on the ocky rod here. Been very quiet on the sounder though. Only about 8 meters of water. We're on. You. Check out the colours that are just starting to form as the sun sets. All the purples in the horizon there. That beautiful Pilbara reds of the rock there in the background. The green hills rolling over there. You got the sun setting over there. What a spot. Just need fish. Come on. Last ditch effort. Roll of the dice. Alright guys and girls, that's a wrap for part 1 of this episode. Cleaverville, been a great campsite. Now we're heading over inland for part 2 of this episode to a place called Pannawonica. So we're going to do a bit of inland camping and stay there, and then we're heading into Millstream Chichester National Park, where we're going to show you in and around there. We're going to go for a nice big bush walk and hike tomorrow that will take you guys and girls on. But Cleaverville, close to Karratha for supplies, big sites as I've shown you. This has been probably one of my most favourite sites, purely because of the size, the accessibility, to have your caravan, your tinny, and you've got no neighbours for hundreds of metres, and that's your backdrop every day, every morning what you wake up to, and every night what you go to bed to. Speaking of which, we've had epic sunsets all week here. The weather has been mid-20s, sunny, not a cloud in sight. So I'm going to share with you, and I'll drop it now, the sunset from last night, how stunning it is. Fishing, unfortunately, didn't turn it on. Speaking to a few guys that have been coming up here for 20 odd years at the boat ramp, said really unusual for this time of year, the fishing, and the water was actually quite dirty and close, quite murky. But yeah, only small fish for me this time around. No keepers, everything went back, catch and release program. A few little mangrove jacks, a few little threadfin, spangled emperor that I caught. The other night was real cool, fishing right on dusk out there. I had a big school of queenfish come up literally behind me as I was about to pull up anchor and head on in. Unfortunately, didn't take my bait. I was bottom bouncing, reeled up, cut the sinkers off, threw an unweighted bait out there in the hopes that those queenies hadn't disappeared and might take the bait. Threw a hard body out there, but by that point, I think they'd chased some bait fish and headed on their merry way. And after about 5 casts, sun had gone down. It was getting pretty dark and eerie out there. I was the only boat out. It's getting a little bit eerie myself. I headed on in, but Cleaverville, great spot, 16 bucks a night, as I said. 2 p.m. check-in and also late checkout, 11 a.m., which is pretty much 10:30 now. So we've just taken our time cruising, packing up, had a shower, freshened up. But now we head on into Karratha to restock up supplies. And we're going to give Oasis and Sherman a good scrub and clean while the girls go and do a bit of shopping, restock up. We're over to Pannawonica, so stay tuned for part 2 of this episode. We're going to take you there now. Let's do it. All right, folks, welcome back to part 2 of our series here, from the beach to the bush. And behind us, you can see we're inland at a place called Pannawonica, as I mentioned. It's about 2 and a bit hours north of Karratha, south of Karratha, heading towards sort of Exmouth way, but a little bit more inland. It's a cool little Rio Tinto mining town, population all of about 600. Got in here yesterday afternoon. It's got this real relaxed, chill, country vibe to it, and great sights. As I said, 30 bucks a night, power and water inclusive. You can see behind me, that's what the sights are. You get a concrete slab, power and water's just behind you. You've got a sporting community club up there. It's got a little bar and an outdoor TV area. There's a few people up there having a few Sunday drinks and watching the footy last night. We were having a kick on the footy here last night, so a great open space for you to run your dogs or the kids. And you can see just behind us there, that's where the shower and toilet block is as well, so you can have a nice fresh shower, nice and clean, good sights. And have a look at this beautiful tree that we're just sitting under here, just providing a little bit of shade, because one thing we have noticed coming inland, it's obviously warmer, probably about 2 to 3 degrees warmer. But anyway, today we're heading into Millstream National Park in the Chichester Range. We want to share with you the Python Pool. We're going to do a bit of a hike. We're going to share with you what the road's like getting in there, because it's about an hour and a half drive from here. So fair trek, bit of bushwalking, and a dip in the Python Pool that the Chichester Range is absolutely synonymous for. So enjoy this part 2 of the bush on this episode, From the Beach to the Bush. Let's do it.
Yeah!
Here we go. All right, so we've just pulled up to the entrance of Millstream Chichester National Park. You can book online, or you can do an honesty system like Mel's doing over here, where you just put the money in the envelope, put in your details, drop it in the honesty box. But I thought I'd just show you, it's 15 bucks per private vehicle, $8 if you've got concession, $8 for a motorcycle, and $7 for commercial or private bus coach passengers. But you can also do park passes, 25 bucks for 5 days, $40 per vehicle for 14 days, and 60 bucks per vehicle for 4 weeks. And your local park pass is 25 bucks. Pretty good value.
Found an old pill, so I'm just throwing it, and all the little fish.
Look at all the fish here. Fish of the Fortescue River, Deep Creek. This spot is.
They actually have a little bit of red in them.
So that last little piece of the Fortescue River that we showed you, I think I called it Deep Creek. It's not Deep Creek, it's Deep Reach. But now we've come to Cliff Lookout, and I'm not going to give too much away with the GoPro and swing around. I'm going to send the drone up with you and share some of that Cliff Lookout footage with you right now. But it is beautiful, lovely continuation of the Fortescue River, but you're perched up nice and high on a cliff top lookout overlooking the beautiful ranges and the river down below. Let's send the drone up now and share it with you. Let's go. So as the sign said on the way in, we are headed into Python Pool. This one's a little bit out of the Millstream National Park that we were just showing you before. It's probably 50 k's sort of back towards Tom Price-ish way, and then you come off the Bitchman Road and it's about 19 k's inland to get into here. Half sealed, half unsealed, but yeah, the unsealed stuff's corrugated, but we got through it okay, full tire pressure anyway, so not too bad. But have a look at this. This is going to be stunning. The colors here are phenomenal. That Pilbara red and greens and the rock formation, just how it all meshes in beautifully together. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's pretty warm, about 26 degrees. We're going to jump in the water for a swim. Hot tip though is, I've been told, brace yourself for the dip. The water's pretty fresh, but we're right in this sort of rock canyon here anyway. I'll flip the camera around and show you. We'll go for a dip, and then if I can, not too many people around, don't want to piss them off, we'll send the drone up as well and get some epic drone footage of Python Pool. Anyway, check this out. This is the track in. Nice and quiet. How cool is this? Got this massive rock gorge all down here and all pools into here. Mel was like, why is it known as Python Pool? Python, snakes, I don't know. Drop in the comments, let us know if you know why it's named Python Pool. A few people here anyway. Let's see if any are having a swim.
How'd you get this? How'd you get this?
It's a GoPro. That one.
Maybe. That's too cold. Yeah. Why?
You haven't got your floaties on yet.
How good is it?
You're like.
You've got to wear your floaties.
I'm getting cold waiting for you.
Yeah, I
Just stand there. Hey?
Chris, come swim.
It's fresh, but you got to be like a big kid, eh? Oh, how good's this? 2 waterfalls there that would flow, I'd imagine, too, at the right time of year. Dry season at the moment though, so no waterfall. But you can still come for a dip, cool off, and takes your breath away. Makes you feel alive again.
Swimmer.
Here she goes. Here we go.
Alright, so now that we've taken you for a swim at the Python Pool, fresh, but lets you know you're still alive, but absolutely worth the dip. Now we're going to take you on another flight, boarding Janssen Airlines. We're standing at the top of Panorama Lookout, which is just up the hill from Python Pools, and I just want to share with you the Pilbara colours is, you got to see it to believe it. Just the way all the reds, the greens mesh in together to provide that Pilbara backdrop that you get here, but also just the variation in the rolling of the ranges as such as well. I don't know, what would you say, Mel? The hills as such, the rock formation's phenomenal. So let's send up Janssen Airlines, all aboard. Enjoy this 360 tour of Panorama Lookout. Here we go. So we've just gone for a little bit of a drive outside Pannawonica Township. We'll show you some of the little sights and hidden gems to see around there, and this absolutely is one of them. We've headed out to Pannawonica Hill, and as you get in there, you sort of come into this creek riverbed, and even though it's not the wet season, let me turn the camera around, check this out. Have a look at that. How's the water temp, darling?
For you, it will be warm. For me, it's a little bit chilly, but you get used to
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's like a normal pool.
After swimming in that Python pools yesterday, this is stunning. And there's a cool rope swing over there for the kids. It's not exactly that deep at the moment, but you could imagine in the wet season when this water's flowing, the levels would be going right back up there. But I'll just try getting over here for you folks so we can show you the actual Pannawonica Hill, which is this stunning vertical sheer red rock. Almost there it is there. You can see it, hopefully you can see it okay. Through the trees there, big hill, big rock, but oh man, what a top spot. This is where you should be bringing the caravan in here and staying in here. This is phenomenal, off-grid camping. And if that was just a little bit deeper, you'd be swimming in there like no tomorrow. This is only literally a couple of minutes out of town. Getting in, corrugated road, but you don't need to tie down, very easy to get in here as well. So great spot to cool off in those warmer months, that's for sure. That's the little one is doing right now. But can you see that water clarity? Just how clear it is. And see all that root system. Come here. Hello, babies. Swim, swim, swim. Swim, swim, swim.
I'm coming.
This way.
Good puppies, good puppies, good puppies. Yay!
We got the whole joint to ourselves, and before I get in, get wet and be a big kid as I always do with any watering hole like this, water clarity would have to be 97-98% here. I'm going to send the drone up and fly along this little creek there just so you guys can see for yourself, and hopefully the drone picks up the quality of the water, but just how stunning the colours are here. Yet again, you know, you've got this red shale sort of stone rock, beautiful clear water, green from the gums. Man, stunning. Anyway, let's send the drone up, fly along this little creek bed for you. Enjoy. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that little drone footage. Hopefully the colours can come through as well as great as they are in person, but I did the best I can. It's pretty confined space with all the trees. Lots of birds flying around as well, but hopefully enjoyed what I could capture of this little magical gem of a spot. But now I'm going to jump in this little water hole here. There's a little deeper hole just where that swing is, and I'll take you with me and we'll take you underwater just so you can see firsthand how clear this water really is. Enjoy. All right, here we go, the first cold dive in. It's actually not as cold as pipe and pool. It's a lot warmer in comparison to that, so let's jump in there and show you how clear this water is. Pannawonica Hill. Come and see it. Nice little hole just here. Got the beautiful galahs in the background.
Can you touch it?
All right, folks, that brings us to the end for another episode. Thanks for joining us. Dad Bod's out. Make sure you like and subscribe. Lads, need the following and support. You know, if you've got a Dad Bod, support us. But thanks for joining us. If you've got any questions about this EP or previous ones, drop them in the comments below. We just wanted to share with you some quick, super affordable, family favorite campsites. It's been the WA school holiday, so it's been really crazy towards Exmouth, and we wanted to get as far away as possible from there, just to have a little bit of quiet time to ourselves. And as you can see, it doesn't get any better than this. Pannawonica swimming hole. We've got the whole joint to ourselves, not a soul in sight. It doesn't get any better than that. So sometimes you've got to adventure to places that aren't well known or highly recommended, or the spot that everyone's going to. But next week we're taking on an incredible tour that we are super excited about. Something that's probably, what would you say, girls, #1 on our big bucket list items.
Yep.
We take you to dive with us to see the eco tour dive of the majestic whale sharks of Exmouth, off the coast there, the Ningaloo coast. We're going to take you through that whole tour from beginning to end. We're going to tell you what the investment costs, what equipment they give you on board. We're going to basically do a whole diagnostics on the whole day itself, what's inclusive in the dive, but obviously more importantly, the footage of the beautiful whale sharks. And the conditions are looking absolutely spot on. So that'll be a whole episode dedicated to that whole dive. And then the following EP, we've got more lined up for you guys and girls who are following us. We're going to take you back down to Coral Bay. We're going a bit south, where we go and dive with the manta rays. So a lot of cool diving stuff coming up. And until the next episode, thanks for supporting us. Live free, look out for each other, and bye for now.